Let's talk about my postpartum weight loss results. I'll share with you my strategies and how it went over time. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sylvia and I'm a carnivore diet coach. My objective was to lose my baby weight within 9 months. About 85% of my baby weight within the first 6 months, and then the rest up to 9 months. And I know this may sound like a long time, but think about it. It takes 9 months to build the baby body, and you need to give yourself just about the same amount of time to get back to pre-baby body. That just makes sense. You have to be gentle with yourself and be careful not to inflict too much stress on your body. And weight loss and exercise is the stress. You can define stress as placing any demand on your body, and exercise and dieting is just that. At the moment, I am 8 months postpartum and I lost 32 pounds of weight, so I'm super happy about it. I gained with this pregnancy about 35, maybe 38 pounds. I say maybe 38 pounds because last week I just didn't want to get on the scale anymore, so I just left it. With my first pregnancy, once I hit 175 pounds and I was about 3 weeks away, I stopped weighing myself. So I likely gained 40 pounds with the first pregnancy. And the fun fact is that I gained less weight with the second pregnancy when I was carnivore-ish, about 85% carnivore. And my son was 2 pounds heavier than when I was on a low-carb diet with eating everything but low carb. I've gained a lot more weight, and my son was lighter by 2 pounds than my second one. I still want to lose additional 5 pounds to meet my personal objectives for weight loss, but I am timing it with my baby getting used to solids. Then as he eats more solid foods, then he will need less of my milk and it will be easier to lose that last 5 pounds. First 8 weeks postpartum, I did nothing. I ate when I was hungry as much as I wanted to. I drank whenever I was thirsty, whatever time of the day it was. I just allowed my body to do what it needed to do to recover from this extraordinary workout called labor and childbirth. And I was very mindful of not putting extra stress on my body. And like I explained earlier, any demand that you put on your body is called stress. Let's talk about exercise first for postpartum women, because I think that there is so much bad advice out there and the woman's body in postpartum is so misunderstood. And so 8 weeks postpartum, I started moving a lot more, but low intensity, lots of walking around with babies, wearing a baby and then taking walks. That was my main activity. My strategy for exercise was to start running, but very little, about first a mile or two, and that just only when I felt ready for it. So when I was full of energy, I slept well at night, and I had that desire to be active, then I would run. And that was the only form of exercise I was able to incorporate into my daily routine, simply because I just didn't have time or didn't know what to do with my baby to go to the actual gym. So that wasn't an option, but it was spring and summer, so I could do long walks and I could do some running. I don't like running. It's not my preferred way of exercising, but I got stuck with it when everything got locked down in New York City, and I kind of got accustomed to it, and it does make me lose a lot of weight. I wondered maybe because I don't like it so much. My exercise objectives were to get certain amount of physical activity within a week, not every day. So the goal was somehow make it happen twice a week, that you maybe run or maybe take really long walks. And that would be it. And if my body really did not feel up for it, then there were weeks that I just didn't do anything, just walked and take care of both kids. Next thing I didn't do is any crunches, any planks, side planks, or push-ups, anything that get you that nice toned belly. I'm convinced that you shouldn't do this in postpartum, and a lot of people that are in this area will tell you that you should not do any crunches when you are immediately postpartum. And so I will start exercising my abdominal muscles maybe 9-10 months postpartum. What I did do is to go have a osteopathic adjustment done, and to do exercises to strengthen my rectus muscles to close the gap that happens to many women in pregnancy, and it is called diastasis recti. And I actually had somebody that was monitoring how my muscles were coming back and tightening together. And instead of making appointments in the gym, I went for a osteopathic appointment and had the craniosacral work done and really rebalance and calm my nervous system. And with that, I felt like my hormones just got like an extra boost to balance themselves. And then 48 hours later, right off the bat, by itself, without doing anything else, I lost 8 pounds. I also went for a pelvic floor assessment and follow up with a therapy to work on my diastasis recti, to work on the muscles in my pelvic floor. They all get adjusted, released and balanced, and that also helps with weight loss. But more importantly, you feel like you just came back to pre-pregnancy like almost overnight. Your body feels so much better. Your muscles naturally come back into their place, and yeah, you don't have to do crunches, and everything just looks much better. By the way, in France, it is standard of care for women in postpartum to go for pelvic floor assessment and pelvic floor therapy. I highly recommend it. This is one of the best things I did for my health and well-being. What I did to immediately after the childbirth is to do belly binding, and most of the traditional cultures have some form of belly binding in the postpartum care for women. And I did the Ben Combined, which I really like. I did it for both of my pregnancies, and I gave mine to another expecting mom. Also, at 6 weeks postpartum, I went for a Arvigo or Maya massage. It is a massage that helps your organs that moved during pregnancy to go back where they belong to pre-pregnancy. Also bring some lymphatic fluids and circulation to the abdominal area. And this massage was absolutely amazing, and I also would love to recommend it to everyone. And so yes, this was my exercise routine. I ran whenever I felt up for it, which usually ended up being 2 to 3 times a week. However, there were weeks when I was not feeling up for it, so I didn't exercise at all. I walked about 8 to 10,000 steps a day, sometimes 12, 14. And the exercises that I did were recommended by the osteopath and the pelvic floor therapist, and these were the only exercises that I did on my pelvic floor and abdomen. And guess what? It was enough to get back into pre-pregnancy shape. My diet was mostly meat, eggs, butter, and no other dairy, and fruit. And fruit was about 10 to 15% of what I was eating a day. And maybe I ate a little more in the summer because I was feeling really thirsty and really hot, and fruit has this cooling effect. And I also noticed that if I ate a little bit more fruit, I was making a little bit more milk. And I know what you are thinking, that you can make the same amount of nutrients in your milk, there's just less of it, but my son just likes a lot of milk, so I kept eating the fruit. Other than that, I was doing intermittent fasting, about 3 to 4 days a week, about 16-hour fast, and only when I felt up for it. And there were days where I didn't feel hungry and I could do 18-hour fast, and then there were days where I was looking forward to breakfast and I ate as early as 8 a.m. So I was really listening to my body and let my body to work it out, because I know there are a lot of hormonal processes that are still happening in the background, even if you are 6, 7, 8 months postpartum. I was also breastfeeding during this whole time, which in itself helps with weight loss and getting back of the pre-pregnancy body. It takes about 500 to 800 calories a day to produce enough milk for your baby. So that alone is very helpful when it comes postpartum weight loss and actually balancing of your hormones. Although if you do get on a very aggressive diet and exercise plan, then you can negatively impact your milk production. So you have to balance it off with what your baby needs, what you need to give to your body as far as amount of calories goes, and what your personal fitness and weight loss objectives are. And yes, so this has been my strategy for weight loss and achieving pre-pregnancy fitness levels without impacting my breast milk supply. And at this stage in the game, I really feel great, both mentally, spiritually, and physically. And now I can take you into my wardrobe and show you how my clothes fit. All right, so my weight loss journey is starting now. I need to lose my postpartum weight. This is a bit of a mommy tummy. I have 29 inches in my waist. I would like to get back to 26 inches. That was my measurement before I got pregnant, and my hips currently are 41 inches and I want to get back to 41 inches. This is a size 6 in this short, and I would like to get back into size 2 or 4 depending on sizing. I'm starting at weight of 163 pounds and I would like to get to 140 or 143 depending. I will need some extra for milk production. Normally my weight is about 137 pounds and in winter about 140 pounds. So this is where I am today. The goal is to make this fit comfortably. So let's see where I can get. Here it is, Judgment Day. I have the same clothes I had a few months ago. These were the pants that they were interim pants until I lose weight. So there it is, 32 pounds later. If you look at my stomach, this is what I have without doing a single crunch and not a single stretch mark. So proper diet, a common sense nutrition, and good support to your body, and you won't have any stretch marks. And your belly will naturally go back to its place. So now I'll do some more exercises to tighten and tone my belly, but I'll give it another month or so. And these are the shorts that just a few months ago I wasn't able to get past my hips, but now they're fitting very nicely. It is a size 4. If all goes well, I probably can go down one more size. Alright, so these are all my strategies that resulted with a significant weight loss of 32 pounds and counting. But more importantly, I was able to safely lose weight while breastfeeding, and I also took care of my mental, spiritual, and hormonal health. Alright, if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell, send it to every mom that needs to lose weight and really take care of her postpartum body, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.